Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with the official trailer for the Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings series, prequel, whatever you want to call it. Amazon original. I don't know how many episodes it is. It comes out September 2nd. Now, I'm going to be honest. I've never read the books. I don't know. If I did read the books, which there's a chance I did, honestly. If I did, though, it was before high school. I watched those animated 70s shows and I got really into it, and that's when I remember the first taste of Lord of the Rings. It was a certain kind of animation style back then. I feel like it was late 70s and they had David and the Nine Fingers and the Ring of Doom. My other favorite song was that one where there's a whip, there is a way, and it was like the orcs. I don't know. I was like 6, 7 years old when that came out, maybe younger, but I saw it a lot. And that was what first got me into Lord of the Rings. In the teaser, we saw a meteor or something shooting out through the sky, through the world, going through all the people. I feel like we saw a young Elrond, maybe. We saw dwarves. We saw other halflings, maybe. I know we saw a bunch of everybody. I didn't recognize anybody. I even said during the trailer, we weren't getting a lot of dialogue. I think we said one sentence. One man spoke a sentence, and I think he said, like, look to the skies, or something like that. And I'm pretty sure that's all that was spoken. But we saw all the groups of people, I feel like, as the meteor went through the sky. If it was a meteor. I'm assuming it's a meteor. It was red and on fire, and it hit the ground. Was that where the ring is? I don't know. Let's find out. We're jumping in. It's 2.5 minute official trailer. We'll talk more at the end. You guys want to see more of what I do? Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Dozens of shows you'll never see here on YouTube. I just don't have the time to edit it all. Person of interest, Doctor Who, Eureka just started. We're going on to episode 3. Go check it out. If not, here we go. Official trailer for the Rings of Power.
There was a time when the world was so young.
Galadriel. Young Galadriel.
There had not yet been a sunrise. But even then,
Oh my god.
there was light.
Was that Minas Tirith? Like small?
Call to me, lands far away.
I love the music.
Elves have forests to protect. Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain.
Looks so nice.
But we Harfoots have each other.
The Harfoots.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel.
Yeah. Oh shit, she's on an adventure.
Put up your sword.
My god, I have chills everywhere. The
enemy
music.
is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
You have not seen what I've seen.
I have seen my share.
Oh, that's Elrond. What
You
am I?
have not seen
I like totally.
what I have seen.
That kind of shit I love. Giant
Darkness will
statues.
march over the face of the earth. It will be the end,
Wait.
not just of our people, but all peoples.
I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all.
I think I'm gonna love this.
It's dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Go.
Away I must wander this wandering day.
I'm like waiting for something to happen, but I mean, lots of things happen. I liked it. It was good. At the end there, I was expecting something crazy to happen. Not that anything didn't happen during the trailer. I actually thought it was pretty good. Galadriel and Elrond look to be a huge part of it. So far, all I've really seen are images thrown at us in like 1-minute teaser trailers, very little dialogue. And like I said, I know very little about the world outside of the movies, the animated shows, stuff like that. I have had friends that are very into it and tell me about Tom Bombadil and all these people. They go into lore. So I'm not completely in the dark. I know other things like that, things that were never really important in the movies and stuff, but that were in the lore, like interesting things, let's say. I just don't know specifics that go back in grave detail, stuff like that. I don't know how much they're taking out of context, but Galadriel and Elrond look like they're huge in this, or maybe that's just the part of the elves, because then towards the end of the trailer, we saw a lot of the dwarves. We saw them all come together. The Harfoots, which look like halflings, hobbits. They look like hobbits. Maybe Harfoots are hobbits before they were hobbits, because they had the dirty feet. They weren't wearing shoes. They had big, dirty, hairy feet. So I don't know, are hobbits Harfoots? That's one I don't think I've heard before. So that's interesting, but all of it looks amazingly beautiful. I feel like what took me out of The Hobbit, not that The Hobbit was bad, but Lord of the Rings trilogy, the original, in my mind, is tops. But The Hobbit wasn't bad. I've only seen it one time through. It looked good, but I feel like they went way too hardcore into the CGI, and some of the scenes were just too grandiose for their own good, where it like almost just took you completely out of believability. Even though I know we're in a fantasy world, I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about. Like the part where they were jumping over the barrels. Everyone goes to the barrels, where the barrels are floating down river, and these little halfling hobbit people are hopping over them. It just totally doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous. And it's a fantasy world, so I'm not going to rag on it, but things like that take me out of the believability of the drama and the action that I want. This felt like it had it again. This felt like it had the drama and the action without getting too over the top ridiculous. Now, they didn't show us a lot of probably the big grandiose parts. We saw some beasties. We saw a wolf. We saw what looked like an ogre or some kind of giant snap real quick when the dwarves were shown. But I feel like they are doing it right. I almost feel like it's a Game of Thrones with less violence and in the world of Lord of the Rings. It didn't look too childish, but it also didn't look too violent. I would love it to be super violent, but I know they're trying to appease a more larger audience. They can't have bloody violence Game of Thrones style if they want younger children to watch this, and I'm assuming they're going that route. I don't know, maybe it could shock me, but I feel like by now we would have seen something extremely violent if that was the case. Either way, I thought it looked really good. The beautiful landscapes are what immediately gets me. I don't care if it sucked. I'd probably watch it just for that. The dwarven underground worlds where we've seen all these places, the mountains, all these places we've seen, but like way, way in the future with different people. So now it's interesting to see how it all became or what it was before that. I'm in. It says September 2nd. Whether or not I react to it, I don't know, but I'll definitely be checking it out, possibly on Patreon. We'll find out. I'll see how many of you are interested. Let me know in the comments how many of you are interested. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. Doctor Who, Person of Interest. We just started Eureka, Battlestar, Stargate. There are so many shows over there into other seasons. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.